All right, let's come have a seat. If you have a couple of blocks, keep them nearby. We're going to use them just to get our hips all together. And sit up tall with your shoulder blades down your back and your heart wide open, right? And close your eyes and come to your breath. So this week, we're talking about the seeds we plant in our mind and how they can grow into stories that become things we know for sure. Yesterday, I told you about my girlfriend who doubted that her friends might have taken a test, a COVID test, after they said they would, but they didn't know. And you know what? We have to remember that we don't know until we know, right? So as you deepen your breath, I want you to think of something Gandhi said. As we think, right, so we do. As we do, so we are. That's how we create ourselves. That's the creativity of life. So how are you thinking today? Take big, full breaths in through your nose, out. See if you can look at a story in your mind, maybe not this moment, sometime it comes up. And re-examine it and ask yourself, what do you know for sure? Maybe put yourself in those person's shoes and know where they came from and their background and who they are. As your mind and your heart start to calm, start to slowly open your eyes. Take your arms to T. I want you to roll your upper arm bones back. Take your arms wide, like you're giving your, like you're really opening up really full. And then you're going to cross your arms in front of you. Imagine you're pulling up your shirt. And as you inhale, you're going to pull it up. It's tight, it's wet. You're pulling it up, pulling it up, pulling it up. And then you're going to take your elbows behind you so that they try to meet behind your back. And you're going to continue just like that. Pull it up, inhale. So you're kind of a cat back into a nice long spine with your elbows back. You exhale, round your back, and you inhale and open it up. See if you can take the opposite arm on top so that it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, unnatural. Because that's what I'm inviting you to do. Is just step into something that's not a natural habit of ours, right? It's just not a human habit to give people the benefit of the doubt, to try to step into their shoes. One more time. Oh, yeah. Make it really full. Inhale and exhale. Oh, yeah. Take your right hand to the earth and reach over as we normally do. And come back to center. Inhale to center and exhale the other way, keeping the opposite hip grounded. Inhale to center. Exhale. Good. All the way over. And inhale. Exhale. So my girlfriend sent me some writing cards that you write on, you know, like note cards with icons. Woman icons on it, like Rihanna and Beyonce, which makes me feel very cool because I didn't know they were icons. All the way over. And inhale, always learning something new, all the way over. Oh yeah, last one to the other side for me, it's my left. Good. And back to center. Let's take our twist. As we normally do, nice tall spine, get all the way into it, taking the right shoulder back, inhale. Oh yeah, and come back to center, arms all the way up, and all the way the other way. Oh yeah, oh yeah, you should do good. And then back to center. And then we're going to come right to lying on your back because I really have a lot to do today. So as you tip the top of your pelvis back, you're going to come to lying on your back and you're going to extend your legs up to the ceiling. Widen your legs wide and make sure there's a softness in your knees. Check out your knees. I'm always careful about softening your knees. For our outer hips, you're going to take your hands to your outer knees and press your legs together as they resist out. So they're resisting, you're going to press them together as they come up. That's the exhale, and then you inhale and you release them open again. Exhale, press them together, resist, resist, resist. Your ankles are flexed, your toes are bright, your belly is back, and then inhale. Exhale, resist. So we're just warming things up in our outer hips. Resist. Good. Inhale. Exhale. It's a whole big exhale, a whole lot of resistance. You might even feel it in your arms and your chest. And two more, just like that. Last one. Oh, yeah. And release. Now you're going to cross your right ankle over your left thigh and lift your knees toward your chest, taking your hands behind the right thigh, the left thigh bone. But you're going to reach both legs away from you, and the resistance is going to begin by taking your shoulder blades down to the back. So you're going to reach your arms as forward as they can, and your legs want to reach further. So you're already in your right hip. This is for your right hip. That's the inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to squeeze your legs towards you. Now, if you want, as you exhale, you can lift your chest and imagine you're trying to draw your legs towards your chest. And then inhale back. Exhale, press your legs away from you. Find the resistance the whole breath. And you should feel a nice stretch in your right hip. Exhale, press it away from you. You're not going to believe how easy standing poses are going to be after this. Exhale, inhale. You don't have to lift your head up off the floor if you do not want to. You can keep your head on the earth. I'm just going to take two more. Make sure your hip points are square to the sky. So that means your left hip is not higher than your right. And we're going to take one more. Keep the legs reaching away from you. Oh, get a nice squeeze. And release. Oh, yeah. And just kind of shake it out. Staying with the breath. Bend your knees, and we're going to do the other side. I want you to notice in your right hip already. All right, so now your left ankle's over your right thigh. You're going to take your knee towards your chest, behind your right thigh bone. Press the legs away from you. Keep your arms long to start with, and you can keep your head on the earth, or you can draw the belly back and lift. So exhale to squeeze it in. Inhale. The legs are always reaching away from you. Exhale. So even here, the legs reach away, but you're coaxing them in. And it should be a big stretch now in your left hip. Good. Inhale. Oh, I love this. Exhale. Take a few more just like this. So it's all the way in. Whatever your all the way looks like. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take two more just like that. Right. Notice how when you do things slowly and mindfully, you get a fuller experience. And all the way back and shake that out. One more thing. Ready? Bend your knees, take your feet to the earth. Now you're going to lift your right knee towards you, and you're going to take your right arm inside your right leg. Now you're going to take your right hand either outside your right shin or your right ankle or the outer edge, the pinky side edge of your foot.
And you're going to press the whole leg away from your body. So you're going to lift your leg up, and then as you exhale, the leg resists away from you, and your right knee is going to kind of corkscrew away from your body, and you can lift your chest towards your toes, and then inhale up. Exhale, so the leg reaches out, the knee is wide, but the resistance is right against your hand. So reach your leg wide. Oh, yeah. And notice how you get into your core here too. Exhale, you have to move with the breath. The breath is so important. You could even take your left hand to the right foot and help it. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale and exhale. Just 2 more times. Yeah, last one. Find that resistance and release. Oh yeah. And kind of shake it out. I like to even shake it up, picking my legs up. Yeah, you should feel lots of sensations in your hips. All right, now on the left side, you're going to take your left arm inside your left knee and grab the outer ankle or your outer foot, wherever feels reachable. And then you're going to reach your leg away from you. Your left knee is going to corkscrew wide away from your body. You're going to lift it up. And then exhale, reach your leg away from you and pull, coax it in. Inhale and exhale. Reach your leg away from you, left knee wide. Inhale and exhale. Your body should feel like it's warming up now. And you're also getting into the core. We're going to do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. As if you're trying to reach your foot towards your forehead. Okay. And release. Oh yeah. Draw your knees towards your chest, and let's just kind of kick it out. Connect with your breath as you cross your ankles, roll back and forth, all the way through table and into table. Good. And then make your way right into table pose and into cat and cow. So, you know what to do. Kick your hands to the earth and right into cats and cows. Good. Inhale and exhale. Most excellent place to notice your breath and reconnect with it if you have forgotten to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good. All right, so now we're going to take our hips out for a little spin. Take your right knee all the way out to the right, as if there's a light on your right kneecap and you want to reach it out to the right. And you're going to draw it back. And inhale and back. Good. Just find a few more. Preparing for all our standing poses. But we're going to get into our adductors today quite a bit too. And this is all connected to our belly. So exhale, take the whole breath. Take your time. This is about aligning yourself to the healthiest way of doing things, right? And let's do 6 more. Let me hear you breathing. 2 more. Good. Last one. And make some hip circles here. Oh, yeah. Hip circles one way and then the other. Good. Now you're going to extend your right leg directly out to the right. And you're used to doing this as you come all the way up, circling your arms up. Take your left wrist and lift, exhale to the right. So I might get lots of length from the left side of your spine. But now we're going to work more towards our right inner thigh. So you're going to tip slightly forward, taking your inner thigh bones back. Now this is a good place for our blocks. If you want to take your hands to blocks, that's a great place. So you're going to come onto the inner edge of your right foot. I want you to lean slightly forward. And as you exhale, you're going to draw, make sure there's a softness in your right knee. Check out the right knee is soft. And you're going to press that right inner foot forward as if it wants to squeeze together. And you're going to get right into the right inner thigh. And then you're going to come all the way up. That's the inhale. Exhale, squeeze the right heel in, making sure the right knee is soft. Inner thigh bones back and all the way up. Now, it might not look so evil on the outside, but on the inhale inside, it should be pretty tough. Exhale, inner thigh bones back, reach it in. Now, for a little extra, as you reach back, you can imagine your heel is trying to turn in, like it's screwing in, and you'll get a little bit more in the hip and come back up. Exhale. So if you want your hands on the floor or on blocks, that works too. Good. We're going to just do a few more. 4, 3. Notice how it gets into your core. Yeah. 2. Last 1. Oh, yeah. Press it in. Heel is reaching in. And all the way back to center. Now you're going to step your right foot forward. I'm going to take my blocks here. Flexing my right ankle forward. Take the right outer hip back. So you're going to reach the right outer hip back, getting a big stretch in the whole back side of your right leg. And then you're going to step into your right foot and exhale. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Back. Exhale. I have my blocks particularly high today. It doesn't matter, but it might matter to you if your back is rounded. So I just want you to notice that. All right, last one. Now step into your right foot, take your left hand to the earth. I want to get it into a big twist. So you're going to roll your left ribs to the right, lifting them up and leaning back, big open heart. Take a full breath. You can even extend your right arm over your ear if you like. Your shoulder will let you know. Take a breath. Oh yeah, keep your right hip back. Now you're going to take your hands back to your blocks. And you might want them a little higher. So you're going to lift, you're going to come onto the tiptoes of your left foot and you're going to lift your left knee up. And then you're going to reach the left heel back and maybe you'll come more upright. Maybe you'll lift your heart, tailbone down, and then you'll lower. And then you'll lift, taking the left heel back and you'll lower your left knee without landing. And when you reach the left heel back, reach your heart up, crown of your head to the earth, to the sky, tailbone down, and lower, and a few more. So if you keep your hands on blocks, that works too. Take the left heel back, and lower, left heel back, lower, 2 more times, lower, lower, and now make your way into a lunge. So I'm not going to use my blocks. You can always use your blocks to lunge. Good, then step into your front right foot and then step your left foot beside your right, forward fold. Oh yeah. Shake out your hips. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up, grabbing your left wrist once again. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist, lift. Exhale to the left. And open your heart. Exhale. Now, you're going to widen your stance pretty wide and take your toes out about 40 degrees. Make sure your thigh bones are back. But what we're going to do is get into our right adductor, our right inner thigh.
So you might need to adjust your feet a little bit. And what you're going to do is keep a softness in the right knee, but you're going to try to draw the right inner thigh, the right leg toward the left. So it's stuck, but you're pulling it in. Your hips are back, your torso comes forward, so they're going to get into the core too. And then you can come all the way back up. Let's try that again. Softness in the right knee, pulling the right knee in isometrically, getting right into the right adductor, and back to center. And all the way again. And back to center. Keep that softness in the right knee. That's super important and easy to forget. Exhale. And inhale. Come a little deeper. Hips back, chest forward. So I want your chest forward, your hips back. I want to see this, guys. And come back. Good. And 4 more. Pull it in. And back. 3. Yeah. 2. And last one. Pull it in, hips back, and back to center. And let's just take some hip circles. And notice if you feel your right inner thigh. Yeah, that muscle is not as dense as the others, which is why they look that way. Okay, so now we're going to go to the right side. So I want you to get your footing, hips back, chest forward. You're going to reach into the inner edge of your left foot with a nice softness in your left knee. Imagine you're sliding it in. It's powerful. Your hips are back. And then you come back to center. Exhale, soft left knee. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. Exhale. Make it very effortful. It's up to you. Soft left knee is all I worry about. Everything else is up to you, right? Good. Bum back, chest forward. Good. 4. Notice how you're getting into your glutes. 3. Good. 2. Yeah. Last one. Bum back. And all the way to center. All right. Keep your feet hip width apart. Inhale. Circle your arms all the way up. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale, look halfway. Exhale, step back to plank with your knees either up or down. Shoulder blades hug together and the belly is lifted. Now, we're just going to walk it here. Just walk your knees right and left. If your knees are already down, you just lift and lower your hips just to get into the core. Good. And then lower your knees to the earth. Roll your thigh bones to the earth. Take your toenails to the earth. And then as you press your hands down beside your upper ribs, you're going to lift your palms up first. So the shoulder blades hug together and down your back. Then take your hands to the earth and lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your palms. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift your chest. So you decide how high you want to go in this moment. Nobody judges, and we don't judge each other, of course. We're just going to take a few more just like that. Make sure the shoulders are connected. Get that gummy out of it. Now we're going to come into an inhale, up dog or cobra on an inhale, and right into down dog. And walk your dog. And notice if the right and left side of your bodies feel a little different. Yeah, see if you can reach your heel toward the earth. Good. Oh, yeah. And then lower your knees back to the earth. I'm just going to turn around with my blocks, and you're going to take your left knee all the way out to the left and lower. I want you to keep gazing forward. I don't want you to move in your chest. Your gaze is slightly forward. I don't want you looking up. And I don't want you to dump your head either. So that place in the middle, we have a nice long neck spine. Good. Exhale. Focus on that left adductor. abductor and the medius. 8. 4 more, slowly, with the breath. Last one. Oh, yeah, nice. Now you're going to extend your left leg out to the left. You can take your blocks with you and come all the way up. Good. Take your left hand down your left leg and get a nice stretch in the whole right side of your body. Good, but this is again for our left inner thigh, our left adductor. So take your hands to your hips or to your blocks in front of you if you like. You're going to come onto the inner edge of your left foot, but your left knee is soft. Make sure, and if you're not sure, bend it more. And you're going to tip forward so that your inner thigh bones are back. Your bum is actually moving back as your chest reaches forward. And as you exhale, you're going to reach the left foot in and draw it in as if it's stuck and you're trying to pull it in. And then inhale up and exhale. Pull that left leg in with a nice soft knee and inhale. And exhale, get right into the core while you're at it. I always like 2 first. All right, everyone likes a deal. And inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Reach it in. Now see if you can dial your left heel as if it's turning a jar inside to the inside. And you'll get a little bit more in that left. Yep. It's all an isometric move though. Reach it in. 2 more times. Last one. All the way up. Now you're going to step your left foot in front of you. I'm going to turn around here. Good. Take your right hand to the earth and make your way into that beautiful twist on the right side. So the right ribs move to the left and you lean back and you find the opening with a big breath. All right, and release. Now you're going to extend your left leg forward, flexing the front left ankle, taking the left outer hip back. So you inhale it back right into the belly, and then you step into your left foot, taking the left shin forward. And then continue like that. Inhale and exhale. I want you to feel right into the hamstrings, right from the peroneal muscles, right into your the Achilles tendon. This is going to be good for anything, for walking, for pickleball. Just get a nice stretch there. So because we're moving with our breath, we're going to come to an edge at the end of the inhale and the end of the exhale. Right? Now come back to center, stepping your left foot to the earth. You can use your blocks. You can use the highest part of your blocks. You're going to come to the tiptoes of your right foot and lift your right knee up. Just let it hover. And then you're going to reach your heel back. Maybe you'll lift your chest. Maybe you'll stay on your block. Tailbone down. Gaze is forward. You're going to lower. And just reach the left heel back. And then lower your hips. Reach the right heel back. Tailbone down. Gaze is forward. Long spine. Right heel back. You might feel some rocking and rolling here. Some shaking. I'm just going to do 2 more. Last one. And then make your way into a lunge. So you can use your blocks here or not. Then step into your left foot and take your right foot forward beside your left forward fold.
So we're not going to need our blocks generally unless you like to use blocks. Come into your forward fold, shake out your hips, press your feet down. Inhale, circle your arms all the way up and bring your palms together to your heart center. And just again, let's take some hip circles and just notice if your hips feel juicier now than they did before. I'm hoping that's the case. Now we're going to use those hips to go deeper. Utkatasana, fierce warrior. Take your palms back. Come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Now, and just feel what that feels like. Your gaze has to be forward. Moving with the breath. Come onto the tiptoes of your left foot. Belly back. Right? Now you can come onto the tiptoes of both your feet. Sitting back. Good. Inhale, heels to the earth, circle your arms up, and we're going to get into the quads as you twist to the right, keeping your left hip back. And open your heart, open your arms. Inhale back to center, and find your way to the left. However it looks like, whatever you look like, you do you, right? Inhale back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Reach your hips back and step all the way back to plank. Good. Keep the belly engaged. As you lower either your knees first or your chest first, inhale to cobra or up dog. I like to always readjust my hands and right into down dog. Check in with your breath. There's no rush, right? Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee and open your right hip. Good. Extend your right leg back. Exhale, step your right foot forward and prepare for warrior one. So I want you to come right into that warrior one. Notice if your shoulders are ready, your hips are ready, keep the right outer hip back, right? Fire up that left inner thigh. Good, lift your heart. Now take your hands to your hips, come to the tiptoes of your back left foot, and you're gonna lower your left knee towards the earth and extend. So you're gonna get even deeper into that left inner thigh. Lower and extend. So if you take your palms out beside you, that might be easier for you to balance. You can hold on to a wall or a chair. Yeah. So you're getting into the right glute, the left inner thigh. Just a few more here because we already woke those puppies up. Yeah. This is all about your hips, which is attached to your back, which is attached to your shoulders. Oh boy, which is where we carry a lot of stuff, right? All right, circle your arms up. Inhale and make your way right into warrior two. Checking to make sure that your right toes are out to the right. Your left shoulder is back. Take your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, dip forward, sliding, sweeping your heart forward as your inner thigh bones roll back, getting a little bit deeper in your hips. You might lift your hands up a little higher. Press your feet down, come all the way to warrior two. Take your bum back, and you're gonna dip right into a triangle pose. Right into it. And lift a little, and lower. And lift a little, and lower. Good. And lift, and lower. Make your way right into that triangle. Now, you're gonna have your block somewhere if you want. We're gonna come right into half moon. So you can take your right hand to a block just outside your right pinky toe. Stepping into your right foot, you can tap your left foot. Tapping is very cool. Or you can see where you go. Opening it up. Looking at something that's not moving. Lifting the right waist up. Smiling. Good. Yeah. Then soften both your knees. Take your left foot to the earth. Come all the way up. And now we're going to do something that's in the primary series. Your feet are parallel and all your toes are aiming forward. Your knees are softish.
The first one we do is to fold forward. Good. Now you're going to press the outer edges and the inner edges of your feet to the earth. Imagine you're hugging them in, and that's going to draw the energy right to the pelvic floor and the belly. Pelvic floors for us are really important, guys. And then just fold forward and either take your hands to your block or to the earth, but keep the feet hugging in. Knees softish, toes forward. And take a few breaths here. Usually we stay here about 5 breaths. Oh yeah, you should feel a little shaken. Good. Now take your hands to your hips, come halfway up, pressing your feet down, and then the back of your head leads the way, coming all the way up so you have a nice long spine. Letter B, hands to your hips, elbows back. And now we fold completely forward. Now this time, I want you to take your feet and imagine you're trying to widen the mat. Your feet are stuck, your knees are soft, and you're widening the feet away from each other, away from the midline. And you're going to get right back into your outer hips and your IT band. And of course, your hip flexors here. And take a few breaths. Good. Press your feet down, come all the way up. Arms to T. Last one. Fold forward. And now either you'll grab your big toes with your thumbs and your first 2 fingers and bind them, or you won't. It doesn't matter. If you do, you're going to coax your feet forward with your hands, but your feet are going to slide back isometrically. So you're going to feel resistance of your arms forward and your heels back. Knees are soft. I can't say that enough times. Check in with your knees and then find a forward fold with those energies. Find your breath. Ooh, yeah, you're going to find some new muscles here, guys. Yeah, find a few breaths. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale your hands to your hips. Inhale all the way back up to center. And then step into your right foot and take your left foot beside your right. Come to equal standing. Standing up tall, close your eyes. And just notice your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Smile. Because now we're going to do the other side. Yeah. Okay, ready? Inhale, Utkatasana. We're going to get right into Utkatasana, Fierce Warrior. Exhale to the right, however your twist to the right looks. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the left, right hip back. Good. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look halfway up. Exhale, either take a half vinyasa or make your way right into down dog, whatever it looks like for you, whatever your movement is here. We're going to get into our back, of course. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you, bend your left knee and open it up. Good. Extend your left leg back and you roll your left knee towards the earth so your hip points will become square. Then step your left foot forward. Prepare for warrior one and come all the way up into warrior one. Right? Good. Yeah. Now you're going to come onto the tiptoes of your back right foot. You might want to take your hands to your hips or out to the side. I like to have my palms out because it reminds my shoulders to come down. And you're going to lower your right knee and extend and lower and extend. Right, lower. Right into the right inner thigh and the left glute, right? And you're exhaling and inhaling carefully with the breath. Oh, yeah. 8. Good. Move your arms if you want. 5. This is for upper back. 4. Good. Yeah. Oh, that fascia. All right, back into warrior one. Exhale right into warrior two. Now I want you to really set it up. Make sure your left toes are out to the left, the left thigh bone is back, the right shoulder's back. Good. So get deep into your warrior two. Enjoy those hips. Exhale your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale and dip. Just like we did last time, sweeping your chest forward and your hips back. Press your feet down, come all the way back up, warrior two. And then take your bum back and make your way into your triangle. Good. And just find a little pulse here. So the left waist is lifted. This is core work here, mostly obliques here, your left waist. And you can stay right in a triangle. Make sure you can see your right hand in the periphery of your vision. Or you can take your block outside your left foot, stepping into your left foot. Lift your right leg up and make your way into a half moon. When was the last time you saw a half moon, right guys? And if you fall out of it, come right back. If you're looking at something that's moving, you will probably fall out of it. And that's okay, right? Take another breath or two here. And release your right hand to the earth. Step your right foot back into warrior two. Come back through warrior two. And now you're going to take your feet parallel once again. Right? So your knees are soft. Your inner thigh bone's back. You're going to come halfway forward. And then come right into that forward fold. Rolling your inner thigh bones back, your hips back as your chest reaches forward. Big full breath. Now I want you to take your left hand to your right shin, and you're going to coax the shin in, but your feet are going to widen, as if they want to widen the mat. You can walk your right fingertips forward and just find a nice little twist under your right armpit. And take a few breaths here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I feel a lot of stuff coming up here. That's cool. And then back to center. Now you're going to take your right hand to your left shin. You're going to coax the shin in. And again, keep the feet widening, widening, widening. Isometrically, the feet want to move away from each other. And then you twist under your left armpit. And you feel a little shaky here. That's good. We're finding new muscles. Good. And release. Take your hands to your hips, all the way up. And then bring your feet together. And just kind of once again. Now, widen your stance, take your toes out. We're going to come into a yoga squat, whatever the squat looks like for you. You can sit on a chair. You can take your hands to your thighs. That's awesome. Forearms to your thighs, or right into a squat that is your squat. Take a few breaths here. Good. Maybe a smile. Close your eyes and see if you've forgotten to breathe. If your mind is taking you to some story that you're feeding, that's the feeding of the seeds, are the stories that we let's think about again and again and again. All right. And then you're going to take your hands to the earth and make your way through table and right onto your belly. Oh, yeah. So this is nobody's favorite because it's back bends, but that's why we have to do them. All right. So you're going to roll your knees toward the earth. So you're going to roll side to side. So you roll your knees to the earth. And as you do that, the inner thighs are going to roll up. And you'll find a little widening in your pelvic floor and your SI joint will grow back. Toenails are on the earth. Arms are in the letter Y. Fingertips to the earth. Pressing your fingertips down, you're going to lift your armpits. Press your fingertips down and imagine they're stuck and you're pulling them in. And you're going to lift your chest. Press your pubic bone to the earth. And look straight forward, getting right into your upper back. So the shoulder blades are hugging together down your back. The hands want to move in, but they're stuck. And you're going to take a few breaths here. You can even lengthen your legs long if you like to here. It'll get it to more into the glutes. Take another breath. And release. Oh, nice. Just kind of shake out your hips. Good. Now take your arms to T, fingertips to the earth, palms lifted. Now again, your fingertips are pressed down and you're pulling them into the midline. You should feel your fingertips, the energy coming from the tips of your fingers right to the center of your back and down your back. And once again, you're going to lift your chest. Inhale, and maybe you lower on the exhale. And then you'll inhale a little bit more on the inhale, keeping the fingertips grounded, the energy moving between your fingertips to the back of the center of your back, and lower. And come a little higher maybe. Pubic bone grounds to the earth, and lower. And inhale. Two more times. Moving with the breath, really slowly. Last one. And all the way back to the earth. And just when you think you're done, you're going to take another breath. And then you're going to take your arms behind you, palms up. This is locust pose. This is a classical pose in the primary series. So you can take your shoulders, roll them up and down your back. So you roll the shoulders up towards your ears and the shoulder blades down your back, palms up. Press your pubic bone down, lift your chest, lift your arms. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift, maybe even lengthening your legs long. Take a few breaths here. Usually we take 5. Just breathe how you choose to breathe. Nice. Good. Lift it up. And release. And let's make our way into a child pose. I know our first one for the day. So knees are wide, big toes together. Oh, and your hips are nice and juicy as you take your hips back. Close your eyes and connect with your breath. Oh, yeah. And then make your way through center, walking your knees to one side or the other. You're going to come onto your hips and come through seated. Now, I would like you, if you have your block or something around, to take your block in between your thighs, but you want it so that your thigh bones are parallel. If it's too narrow and your thigh bones are too close together, you're not going to get the effect we need. So you want the thigh bones parallel. You might even widen the block. Use the widest part of the block to squeeze together. Yeah? Good. So that's going to get back into our adductors. Take the top of the pelvis back. Take your hands behind your head. And as you exhale, you lift your chest up towards your chest and squeeze chest up towards the sky and squeeze the thigh bones together. And then inhale back. And exhale, squeeze. Inhale. Make sure you're not putting any pressure on your neck. It all comes from the core. And a little extra from those inner thighs. Yay, inner thighs. Now, if you want to go a little quicker, feel free to do so. If you need to take a rest, feel free to do so. We're going to do 6 more. 6, squeeze. 5. 4. Good, last one.
all the way back. And take your feet to the earth, keeping the block in between your inner thighs and keep squeezing them. Make sure your feet are parallel and your thigh bones are parallel. So mine are a little bit too wide, so I'm going to narrow the block. So I want parallel thighs, guys. Okay? Parallel feet. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. I like to bend my elbows and press my upper arm bones back as I lift my hips and squeeze the block. And then lower. And then squeeze on the lift. So these are the biggest muscles of all. And as we move into these bridge type poses, and you squeeze the block, you're getting also into the pelvic floor. So as you know that, now you're going to lift the pelvic floor, right? Squeeze right into the pelvic floor. Good. 8. Good. 3, 2, last 1, and all the way back down. And now, really the block. Good. Throw your right hand towards your chest, roll your right ankle. You can extend your left leg long if you like. And we're going to do the same now on the left. Just get any gas out of that. So we want to get a nice little squeeze out of the right glute. So you can extend your right leg up and cross your thighs. Your thighs are crossed. And you can lift your legs just a bit. And you can widen your shins in opposite directions. You can take your hands to your heels, whatever you feel like doing, and just get a nice stretch in your hips. So the higher you reach your shins, the deeper it gets into your hips. And you don't want your shins more than parallel to the earth. So get a nice few breaths here. Good. And release. Oh, yeah. Okay, cross your left thigh over your right. So you're really making an X with your thighs. And lift them up, and you can take your hands to your shins or to the heels of your feet, lifting the shins to be parallel to the earth. Getting a nice stretch here. Your hips are saying thank you. Right? Maybe lift your shins a little higher than you thought. I don't know, you'll see. And release. And now take your arms to T. Slide your bum to the left, lift your knees, and simply drop them to the right. Getting a nice twist. Once again, supine twist. Lower your chin. There's a tendency to keep your chin too high. I'm just going to reach your left hip away from the left armpit, as if my hand is on your left hip and I'm just drawing it down and away from your left shoulder. Inhale back to center, and I like to move my hips to the right. Lift your knees and drop them to the left. Reach your right hip away from your right shoulder. We have a nice twist here. And make your way back to center. I'm just going to move so you can see me. I want you to take your right knee towards your chest and then extend your right leg all the way up towards the ceiling, pressing your thigh bone forward, but holding it back and pressing it down to the back of the hip. Now you can extend your left leg straight if you like. They're both good ways. and extend both legs long. Oh yeah, make them longer. Come on, guys. Your legs can grow longer. Organically extend them. Inhale, and then exhale slowly, slowly on an exhale. Release your right leg all the way to the earth like it's a leaf in the fall coming back to the earth. Oh yeah. Did you notice how that adjusted your hip? Okay, so now we're going to do the same on the left. So you can extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Your right knee can be bent or your right leg can be straight. We're going to press the leg forward. So if I let go of my hands, my left leg would come to the earth. I'm actively taking the left leg forward, but I'm holding it back carefully and pressing it down towards the earth. And once I have that hip nice and connected where it should go, I'm going to lengthen both my legs long. Imagine you're growing them right out of your hips. Big full breath. Oh yeah. Inhale through your nose and slow exhale through your mouth all the way back to the earth. Take your arms, palms up beside you, and take rest, making your way right into a Shavasana. Make sure your chin is reaching toward your chest. And allow every muscle in your body to release. Give yourself 2 minutes to integrate this practice and take rest.
Start rolling your wrists and your ankles. Inhale, extend your arms up over your head. Exhale through your mouth. Draw your knees to your chest and roll to your right side. Always remembering to take your time. And then make your way to a seat on your mat. Bringing your palms together to your heart center. Setting your intention to step off the mat today with an open heart. The light in me honors that light in you. Namaste. Mwah. Love you guys. Let me turn off the recording.
Happy birthday, beautiful friend.
Thank
I hope
you.
this